What's going on? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. We know that the new M2 13-inch MacBook Pros are getting into people's hands right now, and for me, I didn't purchase one for myself because, I'm waiting for the M2 MacBook Air, but hey, the reviews are what you expect. Great performance in an older design. And for the Touch Bar fans, this new M2 13-inch MacBook Pro, this is for you. Now, the new increased power of the M2 gives this machine a boost. Remember, Apple says it's about an 18% performance increase. That's thanks to the improved performance cores and energy-efficient cores first seen in the iPhone 13's A15 Bionic. You got to compare that back to the M1 chip that uses cores first seen in the iPhone 12's A14 Bionic. So that's where most of the improvement is. But the biggest benefit of the M2 is for video content creators, like a lot of people you see on this platform, because it includes Apple's media engine specifically to handle video encoding and decoding a whole lot more efficiently for H.264, HEVC, ProRes, and ProRes RAW. Now, the M1 doesn't have this media engine. In real-world tests, though, I'm more curious to see how it handles more intensive, longer video exports, not like an 8 to 10 minute YouTube video, but something a lot longer than that, because it has better cooling with its fan compared to the M2 MacBook Air's fanless design. So how much of a difference is there actually going to be? That's what I'm hoping to find out. Now, the design may feel dated, but all reviews say the performance sings just like we'd expect from Apple Silicon. For me, it's still too hard to recommend this when the upcoming new Air is $100 less cheaper to start. It has a larger display, better webcam, you've got quad speakers, a slimmer body, and then more colors and no touch bar. But you know what? It doesn't matter what I think, it matters what you actually buy. Still, you should wait for an M2 MacBook Air. But as for that, we still don't have a pre-order or release date, but Apple says it will be available sometime in July, and I am looking forward to that. Also, Apple released its dual USB-C 35-watt compact power adapter and a standard size dual USB-C 35-watt power adapter. I got my hands on them, and they're exactly what their names describe them as. One is compact, and one is the one you're used to. So you can see the side-by-side comparison with their size from the compact design on the left to the standard design on the right, and the location of their dual USB-C ports. One is laid horizontally, one is stacked on top of each other. The compact charger also has the dimple on the side, and then it also will lay flatter against the wall when plugged in. Now, if you're using both USB-C ports at the same time with smaller devices like an iPhone and iPad, each port will deliver 17.5 watts of power. Now, here's the difference. If you connect a MacBook or iPhone on one port and an Apple Watch or AirPods on the other port, the MacBook and iPhone port will receive 27.5 watts, and the Apple Watch or AirPods will receive 7.5 watts. They both cost $59, and yes, they have the Apple design aesthetic, and that might be nice and all, but I would strongly suggest you look at other dual USB-C power adapters from companies like Spigen or Anker, who are bringing them up to 65 watts with dual charging over USB-C at lower prices and similar, if not smaller size power adapters. And we all know how powerful the Apple ecosystem just keeps people locked in, but there are other options out there, and they've been available for a while. All right, Apple recently seeded the second developer betas for iOS 16, iPadOS 16, watchOS 9, macOS Ventura, and they continue to evolve with more features being revealed, so I'm going to cover some of the bigger ones that matter. iOS 16 gets new color options for the lock screen, and wallpaper photo editing tells you to now pinch to crop your wallpaper if you want to resize it. You can also now swipe up to easily delete a lock screen. And one thing that could make a big difference is SMS filtering, where in the release notes of the beta, it says you'll be able to classify messages into different categories like transactions and promotions for better organization. And again, I repeat, don't install this if you only have one primary phone. I'll never recommend that. Now, the latest watchOS 9 beta revealed Apple is adding a new recalibration feature for the Apple Watch Series 4 and Series 5 that will give a more accurate estimate for maximum battery capacity. There was a similar feature that was introduced to the iPhone 11 to make battery life estimates more accurate, and this is the first time it's coming to the Apple Watch in watchOS 9. Apple also confirmed that the iPad will no longer be able to be used as a home hub with the launch of iOS 16, iPadOS 16, and macOS Ventura, and the HomePod 16 software this fall. That means users will have to have a HomePod, HomePod Mini, or an Apple TV to access accessories and home features remotely with Siri or any location-based automation features. We don't know exactly why this is happening, and there's been no specific reasons given, but having an iPad turned on or plugged into power all the time just wasn't necessarily ideal. It could also be related to Apple just jumping on board with this new Matter smart home platform in the fall, and that will let Apple users finally use thousands of more smart home accessories with the Apple ecosystem. And AirPods Max users, iOS 16 has something for you as well. User Shrimp Apple Pro has discovered that the AirPods Max support a new audio codec called LC3. That's a new low-power Bluetooth audio codec. It's more efficient, it uses less power while having lower latency and works at a lot of different bit rates. Using this new codec with an AirPods Max will effectively lead to an increased battery life and even better audio quality. This was discovered in the latest beta, and again, it doesn't mean it's final. I would think it probably will be, but it would bring big benefits to AirPods Max users because, come on now, who doesn't want more battery life? And since we're on the topic of AirPods, a new report from 52 Audio claims that they've received new info on the upcoming AirPods Pro 2 that are expected sometime this fall. Now, design-wise, the renders show that they believe the new Pros will still have the stems and look a lot like the AirPods 3, but now with the rubber tips to create a better audio seal. The H1 chip is expected to be upgraded with better performance, improved power consumption while still delivering noise cancellation. They will support the Find My feature, and rumors have shown a potential speaker on the case to make a sound when you want to use Find My. 52 Audio says the second-gen AirPods Pro will be able to detect heart rate from within the ear with new sensors and may also support temperature detection, but that hasn't been confirmed. They also claim the case could support USB-C instead of Lightning. We've heard that rumor before. And then a new hearing aid capability that will let the new AirPods serve as a hearing aid, with the sound being collected from the charging case and then transmitted to the earphone for sound enhancement and playback. Now, that's a feature that I will need to see to believe, but that's what 52 Audio is claiming. Now, the AirPods Pro 2 are expected to be announced sometime this fall. And let's just wrap things up with future Apple product rumors that we know exist. They haven't been confirmed, but it still doesn't feel real until we actually see it. Ming-Chi Kuo reports that Apple is likely to announce their rumored mixed reality headset as soon as January 2023. There have been rumblings that Apple might do a separate event, and Kuo claims it will be a game changer for the augmented reality and virtual reality market. You know, there's that popular tech catchphrase, game changer. Slightly overused, but it remains to be seen. You know, Kuo describes the augmented reality experience as immersive with a video see-through mode for gaming and multimedia entertainment. That rumored price tag of $2,000 to $3,000, that's still a tough sell to mainstream consumers, but hey, clearly that's not who they're targeting if that's the price. And if this does happen, it will remind me, right? When Apple planned an event for January, the last time I remember that happening was the release of their first iPad. I was working at CES at the time, and all the buzz at the convention was, what is Apple's iPad gonna be like? And I have to imagine that there will be that same energy if their new mixed reality headset is set for January as well. And you know, come on now, Tim Cook, he's just fanning the flames. He doesn't want this to die down. In a recent interview with China Daily, he commented on the future of AR and VR and said that Apple's excited about augmented reality, of course they are, and the opportunities around it, but the critical part of this is technology and putting humanity at the center of it. He ended it by saying, stay tuned and you'll see what we have to offer. Oh yeah, you know, we're all staying tuned, Timmy. Like, Apple doesn't have to worry about that at all. All right, everybody, that's gonna do for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos when they drop. And if you want more of that Apple goodness, you can check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast to get the latest deep dive with all these stories and new ones every week with special guests. And you can also support all of my content and the podcast at patreon.com/Brian Tong. It gets you early access to my content, rewards at different levels, and a completely ad-free version of my podcast. Plus, we got a monthly Patreon-only live stream and plenty more. So it starts at $2 a month, and I would love and appreciate your support at patreon.com/Brian Tong. All right, thanks again for watching. Take care and be safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace and love.